Brandon Groce. And we are the Game Changers. Designers, creatives alike. We are in a world that runs on value. Our next designs will be the shiniest. Our next animation will be the most buttery. Ladies and gentlemen, Game Changers, let the games begin.
Hey, what is going on, everybody? This is just a really quick little live thing that I wanted to do just to, we have some really interesting things that we have going on later today. If you guys are from the community, hello, welcome. I would love to know who's really here early, because this is really ad hoc, guys. I decided, I was like, you know what? There's a lot of questions about like Midjourney, what's going on in the community. And I was like, I know we have our design and chat conversation today, but might as well hop on live really quick so basically to help myself to really point you guys to something later in the day to really help you guys with Midjourney, prompting, and really just get a little bit clearer vision on what is going on in the community, the challenge, all those things, and also to address things live with you guys. So, but on top of that, I found a few things that were I didn't even know existed in terms of like prompting. Like some of you guys are making some really crazy things in the community. I absolutely love it. And I'm like, wow, I probably need to learn a little bit more about prompting so I can actually teach you guys how to do it, or at least show you guys how to do it in a little bit easier way. So I found a couple tools as well as a really cool AI search engine that I think is going to be very interesting, especially as Google is very much worried about AI taking over search and really what that means for them. So I want to do a little bit of show and tell today, but also answer some questions. And hey, how's it going? All you guys in the chat, welcome. I see some very familiar profile pictures, some faces from the community, so welcome. I actually want to see if this actually works. I'm going to see if this... Oh, it doesn't. Sadness. Actually, hold on. Let me see if I can actually get this to work. I feel like I have to do this every time that I do a new... Whoopsies. That's not it. Pardon, guys. I put the wrong address in there. Let me see if I have this correct. So... I guess we don't have to do that. I was trying to figure out, there's a way to basically make your guys' comments pop up on my screen, and oh, this is what it is. Found it. Got you. Just takes a little while, guys. But I would love to know how are all of you guys today? How is it going? Where are you guys coming in from? We have SSG Web Services. Good afternoon, all. We have, hey, Nino, what's happening? Glad to have you here too. All right, let me see if this actually works. All right, there we go. Now we have Nina, we have SSG Web Services, the world of three. All right, there we go. Now we can actually click on people's comments and they can pop up. All right, so now that I actually have that figured out, we also have Alien here. Let's talk about what I figured out today, and also because I feel like AI is just moving so quickly. It's just like, damn, which is also. I'm very excited. I haven't really told anybody this because there's just so much going on, like getting the UI challenge in order, all that stuff. I haven't really gotten a chance to like sit down, talk to you guys, and tell you what's going on, what's happening, why it's happening, and all that. I think the biggest thing so far has been the UI challenge. We also have the portfolio reviews starting this Friday, and then we have next Friday, and then yeah, I'm also starting this little 30-minute news segment every Wednesday at 12 p.m. EST. Didn't tell you guys that either, but slowly but surely. And I also I haven't even gotten the chance to say hello to all of you guys who have very much come into the community, said hi, and are very excited about what we're doing. So anyways, hello, glad to have you guys here. And let's go to my screen here. So the couple things that I actually wanted to share with you guys, there's three things, or rather two. So it's this U.com, it's an AI search engine you control. They are kind of trying to do the same thing that ChatGPT, and they're trying to combine ChatGPT, Midjourney, and a specific, they're trying to break these things out. So they have like a UWrite, a UImagine, and UCode. So basically where people have been using ChatGPT to generate code and or write for them, they are kind of breaking that out into two different products. And they also have a Midjourney sort of product where if you click on that, It's kind of the same sort of like prompting sort of idea. I haven't really messed around with this too much, but I just thought, I found it. I was like, might as well share this with the community, because the more minds that are like seeing how this is really going, the more that we'll actually learn, because people will come back and be like, yo, did you guys know you could do this with this tool? So I just thought I would drop kind of like this gem and let you guys play with it. I have the link, excuse me, not the paste. I didn't mean to paste that. I will add this link to the chat so you guys can play with it. Or at least you guys have it. It's also in the description down below, as well as I think the really cool thing, I think what you guys will like, I'm going to give you guys 2 links. There's a prompter guide for Midjourney, and we'll come back to this. But basically, I haven't messed around with this too much, so I'll let you guys kind of play with it. I just wanted to like, hey, there is U.com, which is basically an AI search engine that is trying to combine and really just go for Google's neck in terms of like being able to be the best search engine, but that is AI dependent. So it learns about you, gives you the best search, and also integrates the things of really helping developers code, be able to write for you, and also be able to do all the things that Stable Diffusion and all the things that Midjourney have done as well. Although and supposedly you're able to talk to the search engine, which is very interesting, and you can actually add it to your Chrome extension. So very interesting. Still surface level of where I'm at, but I thought I'd share that with you. And I would love to, hear what you guys, what you guys think about that too, or if you guys have even seen anything like that or stumbled on it before. Okay, let's get to the good thing though. All right, so I'm sure everybody has at some point looked at, all right, how do you prompt actually well in Midjourney? Because I've seen a couple people in our Discord. It's very difficult, right? Like if we actually journey to our AI generation, I've seen some really amazing things actually. I see some of you guys using like the aspect ratio, using some of these, photorealistic, high resolution. Some of you guys know like the key words to add in here, and I found a tool that actually puts all of the how do I say? And it kind of puts like all the special words and all the different things that you can add into a prompt. They kind of have it all there, and it's just basically like drop downs. So anyways, first off, I want to very much commend you guys for making some really cool things. I was very much infatuated with these watches the other day. So shout out to Coquez, really cool stuff. And also there was another, and sorry guys, like these sort of like 30-minute whatnots, not super planned. I kind of just wanted to share some of this stuff ad hoc because I found it really interesting. And I know we have design in chat later, and that is not going to be a forum in which there's about to be like 53 people in there. So it's going to be definitely interesting. I can't share freely. I have to, I can share freely, but you guys are there for the help. But I absolutely love some of the product minimalism, packaging, animal illustrations that I guess Alan, can't get that last name, but these are really cool. Anyways, let's actually get to the tool. So I'm going to actually add this to the chat here. I found this tool that I'm talking about through this. So I think from a intro perspective, I think anybody who's trying to learn how to prompt really should go through this. It's not super long and it's very specific. It talks about like what type of modes you can use, which I didn't even know you could really do. Basically, this entire article talks about specific prompts to use for when you want specific things. Yeah, Nina says we should probably test out the live event stage. Honestly, I think that's what we'll probably have to do because there's just so many people for today's session. I don't think it's going to be able to do a regular. We're not going to be able to do a regular session today. But yeah, so like for example, it kind of even gives tips. So it says like long tail descriptions tend to provide the best results. Be specific as you can with your prompt. Include lots of adjectives. The more descriptive your prompt, the better result tends to be. You can actually name an artist. Obviously, there's a little, some people are like, ooh, they have a feeling about this, right? And yeah, I was just very interested about this fast and relax mode. So essentially, this is only something that you get when you subscribe to Midjourney, which I just did this morning because I ran out of my free trial. So you can choose whether you use a fast or relax mode. And the fast mode is necessary for max scale-ups and makes using Midjourney faster. You can produce more images in less time. Interesting. Okay, so basically, I guess in the non-premium mode, we're basically slowed down, where the fast mode is just given to the premium users. This is kind of like basic stuff, like what is U1, what is V1, what does that really mean, and it kind of breaks it down. So if you need a beginner's guide on Midjourney, this first top half is really important. But they go into like power words, what certain words do to the prompt. They go into like advanced prompt crafting, like they start getting to what this dash stuff that you see in other people's generations are, like dash test. What does dash creative do? Like for the longest time I was like, what do people what's we call it? How do people know what to put in here? Like are they just randomly putting dash whatever? Like what exactly does any of this mean? So I am super excited to kind of like share this thing with you guys. Let me go ahead and switch back here, and I'm gonna go ahead, give me a second, guys. I want to add something very quickly. I'm gonna see if this works. Okay, there we go. And does this work? All right, cool. There you go. Yeah, Brian, that would be very great indeed. Okay, so I dropped this in the chat, but let's go through the rest of this. Like I didn't know you could. Let's just go through each thing. So test P. This is for like photorealism. Beta uses an experimental algorithm. This model takes significantly longer to run and only proceeds 2 outputs. One for non-square resolutions. It also does not work with -HD, stylize, and -Q, which is apparently quality. I didn't know that they had that either. And I've been playing around with this on our Discord a little bit. I kind of tried to do one this morning using this. Although my prompt was using Cat in the Hat, and they did not give me Cat in the Hat, so I got to work on that prompt. But this was probably the first like highly, and I also like gave it creative parameters to like give it more creative leeway, which is why I think it's like very chaotic. This is probably like my first detailed chaotic generated thing from Midjourney, and I've always wondered how to do that, and it was because I used we'll just skip to this. It's this tool, and I also left this link down in the description. I'll also put it in the chat. Yeah, I think Midjourney does have a guide, but I think it's like super, it was confusing. Like I don't feel like it gave me everything. Whereas even this, so if you guys, I made a copy of this tool. So basically all you have to go here is, I've sent you guys the link to this. This is to the creator of this prompting tool generator. So if you scroll down to the prompter, basically, you click this, it'll open up a spreadsheet that basically you can write your prompt. You can add different image URLs into it to basically Midjourney will take that image and try to apply it into the Midjourney generative request. So we might actually Manual, it's all good, man. AI is the future. I hear you though. I hear you, my friend. It's not that bad. Certain parts are bad, but some other things, it brings it to life. Okay, so one of the things I actually did not know is you can integrate images inside of your, inside of your Midjourney prompt. Like I've seen it before, but I didn't really know how to use it. So I'm actually gonna use this with you guys live so you kind of can see how it works. Because basically all of this, right, runs on everything that is explained here. And because if you guys know me, your boy is lazy, so I was just like, all right, well, if there's a tool that already does all this, let me figure out how to use this. And it will also help me like memorize what the actual terms I can use for when I want to write for myself. So this is kind of like training wheels. So let me do Cat in the Hat. I want to see if I can actually grab. What if hold on, I want to use this one. It's happening. All right, copy link address. Let's see if this actually works. I didn't do this on my last one. So image URL, we'll drop that in there. All right, we'll do Cat in the Hat in a cyberpunk world running from aliens. I don't necessarily know what wait means exactly. I wish they had kind of like I guess that we can go here and kind of see what wait means. Set image prompt weight relative to text weight. Default value is, yeah, this is like the nerd stuff. All right, we'll leave weight alone, but if you guys want to entertain me and figure out what that means, more power to you. All right, so we're gonna stylize this. This is kind of what I mean by stylization. So stylization basically gives the AI creative freedom to be as crazy as you want. And they kind of even have notes here, like 2500 is the default, 625 is off, and 60,000 is crazy. I basically just doubled the default. Maybe I'll bring it back down to like 3,000. Quality, I did 3. Chaos basically just makes it more abstract and chaotic. Seed, I haven't played with. HD, I have this clicked, but I don't think that will actually work. So they have these other things. So you can change the aspect ratio here. I'm going to change it to 16:9. I have cinematic lighting. I have the color purple. It has a whole bunch of other colors we can add in here as well, which is absolutely awesome. Yeah, I didn't even look through all these. So they even have like some what's them call it? They have some, what are they called? They use film. They have some color grading things in here. So like this Fujifilm digital. These are like color grading settings. Vignette color, Polaroid color. Let's do pop art color. Let's see what that looks like. And then I also have magic realism. Again, they have a whole drop down of like what you could actually use. I'm gonna keep all these other things. So we have psychedelic. They have a drop down for artist, or you can enter in a custom video. I'm just gonna leave this blank for now. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave that blank. All right, text, attempt to write words, but it might not work. Interesting. Depth of field, we'll leave this alone for now. And, all right, so we get this little prompt output. So all I have to do here is I'm just gonna select this box, hit copy, and I am going to pull it into here. Let's see what this does. So I'm just gonna do imagine, copy our prompt in here. I'm just gonna remove /imagine prompt because we already have that. And let's see. All right, so version 4 is not compatible with HD, so we have to add a couple of things. So I need to add -- version, because I know version 3 works with HD. All right, HD is not compatible with quality above 2. All right, so we need to change that. So we need to go to quality and bring that down by 2. Oops. I'm not actually changing the, what's it called? All right, so I need to remember to add the -- version 3 and not, I need to change this quality to 2. Let's see. Hopefully that is correct. And I'm gonna remove this. Copy that. All right, what else? Could not validate this link. Try again later. All right, one more time. Let's see if we can get open image in new tab. Copy image address. All right, let's try to. There we go. All right. So I just copied the wrong URL in the beginning. Let's see what this actually does. I'm really curious what this does. It might take a while, but in the meantime, while we're letting this kind of go, let's kind of go back in here. I want to use the time to kind of go through what some of these other things are. So going back to quality and chaos, really. So because I'm curious about chaos. So how much more varied, random, and different the results will be. must be between 1 and 100 or 0 and 100. High values will favor more interesting and unusual generations in exchange for less reliable compositions. Try combining the patterns and chaos feature 100. It will create 3 patterns and 1 portrait with some other patterns on the face. That's interesting. So I wonder if there's a patterns. So I guess this is the only thing that mentions patterns. But anyway, guys, this is really just what I wanted to show you guys today. I just wanted to do a quick little 30-minute showcase of what I looked into this week and what I found of interest. And I also wanted to clarify, again, while this is kind of, doing its thing, I wonder how much they will actually bring in this Cat in the Hat image, if at all. Because again, I think we have, I did a lot of like very magic realism, psychedelic. Like this alone might mess up everything. I would be very surprised if there's even a cat in there. I picked a very abstract sort of prompt. But anyways, what I'm happy about is, and I think I also probably should actually have some commas between like magic realism, comma, cyberpunk, comma, psychedelic, comma, cinematic, comma. Because it's kind of like blending everything together, and I think that is something that the prompting tool does not do. So just for your FYI. So anyways, I think it's a really good tool so that you know all of the settings that are at your disposal, but you're still going to have to test around and see what is really going to work and what's not going to work. Because right now, as you can see, like the stylization of like 3000, I think this just makes this, and it's still going, it's only at 50%. I think it really just takes the artwork and makes it hella abstract. So I might just turn this off next run. But to be clear, for those of you guys who are here and maybe are interested in the UI challenge or are partaking in it, I just wanted to let you guys know all of the information that you need about this is right here in the announcements. Okay, it talks about if you have any questions, just ping me using these particular, use @thegroce, or you can just at me in the general channel and I'll get to you with your question. There's a video explanation on how the challenge works, as well as basically just a text explanation as to how to submit, how much the prize money is, where to submit your challenges, and the criteria of how you are going to be graded on your design submission. There's been a lot of questions about, what is the design tool of choice for these challenges? You can use any design tool you desire. It's just about the outcome of an amazing design. You guys can use Figma, you guys can use Adobe XD, you guys can use Sketch, you guys can use Photoshop if you want. You can use Editor X, what have you. All right. Basically, we let you guys know how to submit in the actual challenge submissions channel. This is the format, and that's pretty much it. Other than that, the winner will be paid via PayPal in 1 to 2 days around the competition. We give ourselves 2 ways leeway just so that we can actually contact the person, but if everything goes as planned, we'll be paying you the same day as the tournament ends, or the competition ends. All right, who did the little Victor Sola? I love it. All right, but if you guys are watching, do you guys have any questions for me about the challenge? I'd love to know what you guys are interested in it as well. What you guys are kind of digging into in the AI space. I'm very curious about, because there's so many minds in different parts of the world and in what we're in, and AI is just moving so fast. So that I'm looking this way, and everybody else is kind of looking their own way, looking at some very interesting things. And the more that we share, the more that we help each other out. So let's go back to our AI generated thing. I bet it's just going to be a hot mess, but regardless, I think the most important thing today is that we have a tool that will allow us to understand what inputs we can put into Midjourney, and we just practice, what combinations do the best, because you guys are making some really cool things, man, and I'm behind. So this all just looks really weird to me. It looks like nothing that I feel like I've. And my prompt is very weird anyway. Cat in the hat in the cyberpunk world, running from aliens, magic realism, and then all of this is just like a blurb. So I think I'm gonna start messing with this as the live stream goes off. But if you guys want to check in to how this turns out in the Discord, feel free to stay along and take a peek. But I think this would be very very helpful for us. And yeah, guys. So that is it, ladies and gentlemen. We have our design and chat session today in about like 30 minutes, or really 24 minutes now. And if you guys want to join us, just take a peek at this. This is how you join. So if you are in our Discord, if you haven't joined already, link is down in the description. You go to editorx.tv to join, and you're joining thousands of designers, UI, UX, web designers, and developers, trying to build a better tomorrow every day. And we learn, help, and share with each other as much as we can. And for days like today, every Wednesday at 1 p.m. EST to 5 p.m. EST, we come together in what is called our design and chat voice here. But I think today we might actually have to go into our live event stage. We'll try to... Woo, that was spicy. Usually we'll come in here. As you guys can see, I'm already in here and I'm talking and I'm green. But that's where we will be at 1 p.m. EST to talk about anything design, UI, UX, web design, EditorX, career paths, getting into design, all those things. We basically just come out, meet new community members, talk all those topics, and just hang out for like 5 hours. So if you guys have any questions, be sure to be there. It's every week from 1 to 5 p.m. EST, and I cannot wait to see you guys there. So anyways, that's a wrap. These will happen every Wednesday too, giving you guys just a spiel of what I'm taking a peek at in the week in terms of news, design, tech trends, and just kind of running my mouth. And if you guys want to follow along, be my guest. All right, guys, I'll see you in design chat. Have a good day. Bye.